You guys wanna know how I render my art? Well, here's a tutorial on how I render my art. Disclaimer: I am not a professional at rendering, so please don't harass me if I've done something wrong. Now let's get started. I'll show two ways I render on IBIS Paint X. The new way I render and the old way since I still use it. Starting with the new way I render. First you draw what you want to make, and fill it with your base colors. Next, put your base colors into a folder. Make a clipping layer, set it to multiply, and start shading. A little tip: I use the sliders to darken my colors. I set the bottom slider -10% of the original, middle slider +10% of the original, and the top slider to -10% of the original. Make another clipping layer, set it to darken, and repeat the same steps. Make another clipping layer, set it to lighten, and color the areas where the light is going to be. Another tip: I lighten my colors by making the bottom slider +10, middle slider -10, and top slider +10 from the original color. Now do all of that for the rest of the base colors. Now that part is done. Now time for your line art. Make a clipping layer for your line art and color it with the shade of the color you used in your multiply layer. Put your layers into one folder, make a clipping layer and set it to darken, and shade where the dark parts will be. Adjust opacity. Add another clipping layer, set it to lighten, and color where the light is. Adjust opacity. If you want to make your art more yummy, put your layers into a folder, add a new clipping layer, set it to add, and make it look shiny. Adjust opacity. Now it's done. Yay! The old way I render. This follows the same steps, just without the add blend layer. The only difference this one has is that I use airbrush in it. However, your final product will look different from the rendering I showed prior. Unfortunately, I couldn't import the full clip of myself rendering this drawing because the light motion wasn't able to import it, so here's a speed paint of me rendering the art. That concludes the tutorial. If you have any tips about rendering, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and I love you all. Bye bye.